Hello everyone, it's me, Butterfly Spirit, aka Michelle. So guys, I'm filming this video and it's weird because it's a different setting than what I'm used to. So I'm trying to make this work with this video because I'm trying to make sure that you guys can see this stuff in the video and it reads from like left to right for you. But for me, it's like this video has been recorded left to right. So I'm trying to make this work. So if I look a little crazy, you know why. All right. So guys, I've been doing an experiment to try to make myself more prosperous, more successful, and more lucky. Now, this all came from the fact that I attended a witch's table at a new age store that's around the corner from me. And the event was called the witch's table. And at the witch's table, they talk about, different types of, different concepts each month. The last witch's table I missed, and I would have loved to have gone to, but this time around, I managed to find out about the witch's table event before it happened, and then I was able to attend it. So, excuse me. So, I went to the witch's table, and the witch's table was about success, prosperity, and luck, or rather, let me flip it around. The real name of which was prosperity, luck, and success. Okay. So before I attended the event, my original idea of a witch's table was that it was going to be a lot cooler. That the people who are going to be, at the witch's table were going to have on their witches outfits, their witch's hat and their cloaks and stuff, and that basically the room was going to be all decorated and everything like that, and they're going to have like basically like a bowl with like stuff in it, and smoke coming out of it and stuff or whatever. And I thought that they were really going to make it authentic. Now, is that really what would make the event authentic? Well, to me it would. I think that witches do have things that they do wear. They do have hats and stuff like that, and they do wear their cloaks and stuff. I do think that they have their attire that they wear, and I would have liked to have seen them in their attire. Now, when I got to the event, they didn't really have that on or whatever. In fact, the room that the witch's table was in was the same room where I participated in a intuitive development class. So that was kind of interesting that it was the same room and stuff. So to kind of get started on how the event went. So basically, they opened the event. It was two witches. One was a woman, one was a man, and they were both witches. It was a young man. He was a young man in his 20s, and then the lady, she was probably in her like 30s or maybe like late 30s, maybe early 40s or something like that. And so the lady who was there, she was basically a stand-in because the lady who was supposed to be there, the other witch was supposed to be there, she wasn't able to be because she was sick. So the other lady was filling in for her, which I thought was cool. So the event to me, it was pretty general. Now, they called it a witch's table, but there was a table where they were, but there was no table where everybody was sitting around it. So, that was kind of a downer for me. So, they basically start off asking the question about what do people think of when they think of prosperity. The number one answer that people said was money. But the lady that was with, she said, well, prosperity could be, good health. That could be an example of prosperity. Um, and I kind of disagree with that, because when I think of good health, I don't really think of prosperity exactly. To me, they're in two different um, things, because there are people who are wealthy who are not in the best health. They can just afford to, do things that will, attempt to change their health, and it may or may not. So I didn't see health as being prosperity or whatever. Um, let's see. Prosperity. I think that was kind of it for prosperity, like what she said for that. She asked people what did they think about, when they think of luck, what do they think of, and most people really didn't have to hint at it, but people said, well, I think of when I think of luck, I think of, good luck. Good luck links to, money, success. She said, when you think of success, what do you think of? And people just said, moving forward, and being able to do things that they haven't been able to do before and stuff, or doing things that they enjoy a lot more than what they do and stuff. So, throughout the event, they talked about different methods that they as witches use to try to attract prosperity and stuff. And they showed us little things like the lady witch. She showed us like a prosperity bowl, and in it she put crystals in it. She put I believe she put green aventurine in it. Um, and then she put, I'm trying to think of what the other stone was, citrine in it. And she put pyrite in a bowl or whatever. She got a prosperity bowl. She put the crystals in there and stuff. And she also put a bay leaf in there. Bay leaves have been, I believe they've been known to attract prosperity, or whatever. You can look that up if you want to. I don't know too much about bay leaves and how they attract stuff, but um, you know, you guys can look that up. I do know, green aventurine. That is a that is basically a stone to attract money, luck, and things like that. Pyrite, she said she used pyrite because when the people found pyrite, they thought it was gold. And because they had the association that, it looked like gold, then, it can attract money to you. I've never heard of that. Citrine, I know citrine is something that people get a lot with, and they use that to attract money because citrine is said to attract it or whatever. Excuse me, it's early in the morning. I just woke up. All right. So, and if you want to know what green aventurine looks like, this is the color of green aventurine, and this is what it looks like. It looks like it's kind of like a it's kind of close to like it's a green that you kind of associate closer to money. Of course, money will be a little bit greener, but this is it says the green aventurine. So this is like one of the crystals that she did have. Some people would say you use Amazonite or whatever and stuff because that's also a green stone. Just green stones will be what you use. Now, what you guys may not know is that green, that happens to be associated with it happens to be associated with the heart chakra, which maybe a lot of you guys did not know that. But yes, it relates to the heart chakra, the chakra that's right here. And that chakra is associated with, with love and your ability to love people, and just being open to your connection to things, including spirits and stuff like that. But if you want a full description about the heart chakra, then I can I can do a video on that. But there's a lot of videos where people, like, I think they talk about the heart chakra or whatever, I think. But if you guys want me to make a video on that, then I'll show you. So I just had my fiance. He just came into the room. You guys didn't see him. He's basically over there. Well, over there. Because like I told you, the directions of making this video is weird. But he came into the room and he threw me some pyrite so I can show you guys what pyrite looks like. Give me just a second. Alright. Here we go. So, I'll show you what pyrite looks like. So if you look at this is pyrite. It looks, I'm trying to show you guys it, because like I told you, like my sense of it. So this is pyrite here. So with pyrite, trying to make sure you guys can see it. So there you go. So this is pyrite. And I'm having like the hardest time doing this because like of the thing. Because of like the left and the right of this video is weird because I'm trying to show you guys stuff. Whatever. So, let me push up here. So this is pyrite. You see how it's kind of got that gold tinge here or whatever. I'm trying to move it for it. You see it has that gold tinge there when I hold it up to light or whatever. See that? The tinge that it makes. So it kind of almost looks like gold, basically. It kind of almost looks like it. See? This is better. Yeah, I know. I'm like messing with this video. I'm sorry. It's just this angle of me showing you guys stuff, because a lot of times I don't have to show you guys stuff in these videos and or whatever, and instead of me having my video in the regular setting, it's not on it because I'm trying to show you guys stuff. So in my video, the stuff will not appear backwards. So this is basically pyrite here. Okay, it's pyrite, and it looks basically it looks like gold, and basically because pyrite looks like gold, then people assume that it attracts gold. Or not gold, but it attracts wealth. Okay, so yeah, that's pyrite. So at the witch's table, they did share some methods about how to attract money. There's the notion that you carry a bay leaf and you go and you go. This is my fiance's wild, by the way. You go and you put like a bay leaf into your wallet, and then you carry it around or whatever. Guys, you can carry bay leaves in your wallet, and then that should attract money. There is also something else they talked about, carrying foreign money in your wallet, and that's money you can't spend, so you will always know that you have money in your wallet, and it'll stay with you and stuff, and that money should attract other money and stuff. My fiance heard about a method where you smell money, and then you smell it, and then you say, money come back to me, come back to me in full, and then it should come back to you. So that's what my fiance is about. Let's see. He wasn't there at the event, by the way. Let's see. I've heard. Let me see if is there anything else. Oh, somebody else does sweep off your porch. At before the New Year, like New Year's Eve, so that you can attract money. They talked about having, they talked about feng shui and having like a prosperity corner in your house, and being aware of what you put there or whatever, and stuff. Um, so that's something. In my house, I have a Buddha statue and I have a Ganesh statue. I have both. I know I haven't told you guys about that, but I do. I'll make a video about them sometime later or whatever. My hope with the Ganesh statue is to remove obstacles from my house, and to bring in abundance. And my goal with Ganesh, um, by having him, oh well, yeah, my goal of having Ganesh in my house is to remove obstacles and bring abundance. My goal of having Buddha in my house is to bring happiness into my house and also ward off bad things like low vibration energies or entities and stuff like that, to ward them off and stuff, and to bring about abundance as well, but to um, basically bring about happiness and positive vibrations and things like that. And also make me successful in business, because I've heard if you have a Buddha statue, then it can help you be successful in business and stuff. There's different Buddha statues. There's a couple of different Ganesh statues. Um, Ganesh, the one I have, of course, he has an elephant head and it's full body and stuff like that. He has like the several arms coming off of him and stuff. The Buddha statue I have is like a Buddha with a big belly. And he kind of has his arm back like this, and he's just like chilling. He got this big smile on his face, like he's laughing and stuff. But I'll do a video about that sometime in the future. All right, let's see. Is there anything else that they said about prosperity? One of the witches said for prosperity, she has a wooden spoon, and a spoon brings prosperity to her house through, helping her to feed her family and stuff like that. So that was kind of something. Yes, one of the witches did have a broom, by the way, so that was pretty cool. Luck will, they talked about what people do to, bring good luck in, good luck, not bad luck, but good luck. I mean, people just talked about things that they do, which I'm trying to think of what it is, like not walking under a ladder, not doing things that people would see as bad luck, to keep themselves having good luck, Let's see. There was also a notion where one of the witches said that, to keep herself balanced and to keep things going in her life and preventing anything from turning upside down, she said that there is a lady who she knows, who she talks to. When she talks to the lady too much, then things go crazy in her life. So what she does is that she instead of talking to the lady a lot and things going crazy, she doesn't talk to the lady and things in her life stay fine. So that's something. So after the witches table, guys, like, yeah, I came away with different methods, but I didn't really feel like those methods, I didn't really feel like they would bring about an immense amount of prosperity, because when I was looking around the room, there there were everyday people. Yes, there's white people, black people. There was more white people than black people there and stuff. Some young, some old. Just like people in the room and stuff. The youngest person was like a high school girl. She was like blonde hair and blue eyes. She was so cute. And the oldest, I don't know who the oldest was in the room. I'm not gonna say. But yeah, I would say there was a small amount of black people and there was a lot of white people. Just so you can know the types of people that were there. There were no Asians. There were no people of Middle Eastern descent. There were no Hispanic or Mexican people or whatever there. And when I say black people, there were African American people. There weren't people from Africa or anything like that. So, when I came away from the discussion, I felt like it was very general. I didn't feel like it really gave me any information to do anything. Now, I will say there was something I made the mistake of doing. And what that was I was not, um, and I really wish I would have did, but there was somebody in the class who mentioned that to try to become prosperous and to do things, um, they go by the year, the number of the year. So she said, well, because it's an 11 year, master number year, then I just go by that and try to do things towards that and stuff. And when she's talking about a master number and going by it being an 11 years since 2018, she's talking about numerology. So what she means is that based off of the universal year of the world she goes by, and she tries to do things towards that in order to live her life. Now, the universal year, that is a year, that's basically the personal year number for the world. Us as people, we have a personal year number that we have every single year that is different, that changes, that affects our life experience different. There are other numerology numbers that you have too, that have a greater impact on you. Those numbers that will have a greater impact on you. Like you personally, I feel, would be your life path number, your soul urge, your let's see, your destiny number, and last but not least, your birthday number. These are four numbers that would have a bigger impact on you. Now, the universal year number, this is basically, like I said, the personal year number for the world, and this would have, it would have an impact on the population and stuff like that, and everyone. But uh, your own personal numerology numbers would just have a stronger impact because they are hit closest to home, and they would come from you know me or you doing calculations by using the letters of your name and the numbers in your birthday and stuff like that. Okay. All right. So yeah. So when she said that, I really should have chimed in and said, yeah, numerology is something that you can use to make yourself prosperous, successful, and make decisions. But I was kind of more of the observer in the room, so I didn't really say too much. But yes, I really should have chimed in. But in all honesty, I'm studying numerology, and I'm working on numerology, and I'm studying myself using numerology to see how it applies to me, and then from that I can see how it applies to other people. Then like at the next witches table, and I saw next. I know I said like. At the next witches table, I'm gonna be more than comfortable with saying yeah, using numerology is definitely something that you can use to help you and stuff, but I want to be more of an expert at that point and speak about it, because then people will say, once I say like, yeah, you can use numerology to do X, Y, and Z, then they'll ask me, oh, so how has it helped you? And I want to be able to have information about that and stuff, because my goal going forward is to help people using the expertise I have in numerology. Okay, so using my expertise to make an impact on people, to help them live better and happier lives. That's what I want to use numerology for. I'm still trying to decide what I'll do with Reiki. I have been practicing Reiki because I'm working on becoming a Reiki master and stuff. And there's like other things I want to do, like with crystals. I want to gain expertise in crystals too. But these things take time. Numerology is, of course, going to be like one of the first things I'm going to be working on. So let me get to my experiment, because I know this is what you guys have been wanting to hear about. So after the witch's table, what happened is I went home here, okay, and what I did was is that I did my Reiki self-healing. Then I did a meditation, like a chakra tune up. Then I did I did my third eye meditation and stuff. So in total, it's probably took me about 2 hours to do all that and stuff. And after that, I kind of went about my night like I would normally do, eat dinner and whatever else I do during nighttime and stuff. Then I went to sleep. And then I woke up at 4 o'clock in the morning. And I, you know, I had some, I started thinking about the witch's table and how I really didn't feel like I got much from it. And I started thinking about how in the world can I attract prosperity, luck and success in my life. Really, it's more about prosperity or money. How can I attract money into my life and make it be something that occurs more regularly? Because I'm somebody who I've grown up and I didn't have money as a kid. And my relationship with money as a kid, going up to an adult has been pretty turbulent. And so I want, to fix that. And so what I did was I started thinking about the fact that, in the class, they never talked about, they talked about like your thought about money, like, basically, you know, if you think you'll attract money, you will and stuff like that. But, I was like, well, is that really enough? Is that really going to help me attract money just by thinking about it? I've done a lot of things to try to attract money. I've, got like a money candle, lit it, and that didn't really seem to do anything or whatever. And it was like a green money candle, which is actually they said if you use a money candle that'll attract money, and that it really didn't do anything. But it might have, I might not have noticed. So I mean, I've tried different methods. I've tried meditating on money, to attract money and stuff, and just a whole lot of other stuff I've tried. Okay, and it didn't bring money. Okay, so I basically started thinking about it, and that next morning, about 4 in the morning, when I got up, and I started thinking about what can I do to attract money? Not just saying affirmations, but what can I really do to open myself up to this? Because I was thinking, is there something blocking me from getting money? Because, I've had a hard time getting jobs and stuff, filling out hundreds of applications and going to interviews, but never getting the job. And there always wants, the same type of person who left the job, who, didn't do any work, and, they basically, were an underachiever, and they didn't really care, but they got paid the money and stuff, and then they left. But then when the person, when I come into an interview and I'm the person that they say they're looking for on a job description and the interview and stuff, and they don't pick me, this kind of sucks. So, what I did was, I basically started thinking about money and, thinking about, is there something I can do to make my relationship with money better? And I said my relationship with money. Not just affirmation, but my relationship. Because if something's not working, you got to look at your relationship. You know how, like, if you're in a relationship with somebody and it's not working out, you got to look at that relationship and you got to think about, what the best course of action is to take with that thing. Oh, not with that thing, but with the person, that you're in a relationship with. Well, this is what I decided to do with money. And so I wrote down on a pad of paper, I wrote down um, my relationship with money when I was a child, my relationship with money when I was a teenager, and my relationship with money when I was an adult. Okay. Now I'm still an adult, but just to a certain time. Okay. And at first when I started off writing in childhood, I didn't really want to write all that stuff down, and all the thoughts and remembering things and, the memories. And I didn't want to write that down, but I had to push myself through it till I wrote all the stuff out for childhood with respect to money. Wrote all things down for my relationship with teenage, my teenage relationship with money. Wrote all that stuff down, and then finally got to writing about my adult relationship with money and stuff like that. Whew. And so once I did that, then I thought about, you know, trying to, seeing like these experiences, seeing like the negative experiences and stuff like that relating to money throughout my life. What I decided to do was I decided to see if there was a way that I can clear away something. So I got the idea to, hey, can I put these negative experiences with money into something and then transmute that to positive energy, and you know in that form, so that these negative experiences will no longer be stuck in my body, where or inside my aura, or my energy bodies or something like that, so they will no longer be stuck there, and they will no longer be around me blocking me from money. So from the witch's table, they talked about using candle magic. So I said, okay. I didn't know much about candle magic, but what I did decide to do, from an intuitive feeling, was I decided I would use candles, and I will put this negative energy into candles. And I will be uploading videos of what, like, the other videos like that I did like a couple of days ago, talking about what I was doing and stuff like that, for you guys to see. But I decided to put my negative energy into candles and stuff, and I want to have a video where I kind of explain what my state of mind was like at the beginning before I got to this point. Okay, so there'll be videos in the past about my experiment, I guess, my prosperity, luck, and success experiment. So what I decided to do, I use candles. So what I was led to do from my intuition was, like I said, put the negative energy into candles. So I basically reasoned that I would go to the store, I would get some candles, and then I would take these candles after I bought them, different colors of candles, like at least like 3 candles, and then I would take each of the candles, put my experiences from the different stages of my life into the candles, and then I would let the candles burn, and then from the candles burning and the smoke, the negative energy, the negative experiences I put into them, they would eventually be transmuted and turned into positive energy. So, it can basically free up my relationship with money and make it more positive than negative as it has been and stuff. So I did go to buy those candles and stuff. Actually, I bought 4. I bought a pink one, I bought a yellow one, and I bought I guess like a red orange one or whatever. And after I, bought them, then I also bought another one. I bought a white candle, which I've not burned yet. So I basically put, I found a way to like tape the like the stage, the money relationship of the particular stage of, stages of my life onto each candle, and then I will burn the candles, transmute that energy. Okay, so I will show you guys those. I will show you basically the what happens to the candles and stuff, and I'll show you what happens to the excess of it in this video. So I guess I will do it right now. So what I did is, like I said, okay, so what I did was, let me put this in front of me. So what I did was, I'm trying to turn it around so you can see. So I bought this candle. So this was the childhood candle, okay? This is a childhood candle I had. It was a yellow candle. And what I did with this candle here, as it was yellow at first, and in another video, the past video, I will show how this was a full candle. But with this video, with this candle, what I did was I basically I put the stage of life that I was going to be releasing negative energy from. So this is my childhood relationship with money from 0 to 12 years of age. Um, and I put this on here so I can, know which stage, releasing negative energy from with regard to money. So I can, clear that out so I can make sure that I can start attracting money and stuff like that or whatever. So I taped this on here, and the candle was still full anyway at the time. So what I did was is that I programmed this candle, and I programmed it by basically putting my hands like this on the candle, you know. So putting my hands on the candle, okay, and I would read about my childhood experiences with money and put it into the candle. And then I told the candle what was going to happen to it, that it would be transmuting the negative energy from those experiences, and it would be transmuted to positive energy. And I also said that no negative energies or entities will be able to impact this candle. Only higher vibrational energies and entities will be able to interact with this candle's energy. And I said for the negative entities who try to, take from this candle, like take negative or positive energy. Well, when they go to try to take the energy will be poisonous because it will be positive, loving energy, and it will basically be poisonous, and it will convert them into positive, high vibrational energies and entities. Okay, so yeah, so programmed it, and then I lit the candle. Okay, lit the candle. And then this had a lemon scent. It was so nice. And I decided to make the yellow candle a chocolate candle because, yellow is a color of happiness and friendship and stuff. And I associate that with childhood. So I burned this candle here. And as you can see, this candle has been burned. If I turn it around, you'll see there is no more in here. If you can see, if I put it up here, you'll see it is dirty. Okay, if I go around and turn it around, you see there is like black residue on here and stuff, like smoke in here and stuff. And this smoke that is inside here and stuff, like if I open it up, you'll see like there's the candle is going and stuff, and there is like smoke and excess stuff in here or whatever. Well, this right here, just this smoke in here and this little residue and stuff, just this and just this black stuff on here. This right here, this is after I burn this, and this shows how much negativeness was associated with my relationship with money as a child, and how I was introduced to it, and how much just negativeness I saw as a child with respect to money, you know. And so this is what this shows here, guys. This leftover. This is negative stuff left in here, residue and stuff here. You see that? That's what's in there. I'll show you. Look at that. See that? That's the negativeness that's left. To show you how, how there was a lot of negativity in my childhood with respect to money. And I spoke about when I wrote down talking about my experience with money from 0 to 12. I talked about how there was times where my family didn't have a lot of money. My mom was left to take care of us. Yes, I do have a dad, but my dad left when I was really young, and my mom was left to work a lot and stuff. And so, she basically, my mom was there to try to take care of us. I'm one of 3 siblings. I'm the youngest. I have a brother and a sister. Um, and basically, I mean, my mom was left to pick up things once my dad kind of took off. I have a better relationship with my dad now, and stuff. But, and I talk to him regularly and everything, you know. But, I mean, just the thing, I never had an allowance. I had hand-me-downs when I was a kid. I never had new stuff, and if I did get new stuff, it came from people, other relatives. And my mom, she really never could, get me a lot of new stuff like I wanted. So new clothes, new shoes, new stuff. Didn't have that. Birthday parties didn't have that type of stuff, celebrations and stuff. And this is probably shocking to a lot of you guys that I'm sharing this, but I'm transparent, like I said, um, and there went periods in my life where, yeah, some stuff turned off, like the electric or the gas, or us not having food. This is kind of stuff I went through. And as a child, when you're introduced to this, that's what this dark stuff in here is, okay? This is what this is right here. This is that negative stuff, okay? That negative stuff, those negative memories of me not being introduced to money in a good way, seeing my parents work, all the time and stuff, and not getting to enjoy things, okay? This is what this is, and only seeing that my parents thought the only way to get money is to work, and stuff. Now, my dad, he did start a business and stuff, but, and it was successful, but, it didn't last for a long time. And I just seen, and this negativity also, it's just other negative experiences that I saw, that other people see too, other people who look different from me, not just people who are black, but people of other different kinds see too, and, I was not raised with a healthy relationship with money. I was just raised that in order to get money, you work, you know, and that's what you do, and you just work to get by all the time. Um, that's pretty much it, and so, my family, was not rich. It was, getting by, yes, there was times we had money, but, you know, um, wasn't a lot of money. Yeah, we had our own house, but, stuff like that was lost, as time went on, and stuff. And I did do a lot of moving around as a kid. So, you know, there is like that lack of foundation there too, for me as a child. Okay. So this was all in my childhood relationship with money. This is what all happened. Okay. And I apologize if you hear any kids running back and forth. I don't know whose kids those are. I have no idea. So after this burned out, so it took this candle about, say, about 2 days for this candle to burn out. I thought it was going to take hours, but I guess because the negative energy I put into this candle, it took a lot longer for it to burn than I thought it was going to. So it took about 2 days, and then it burned out. And then I poured the candle out into a container that I will show you guys, and stuff like that. So I'll show you. All right. So then after the childhood candle, this one burned out. Then what happened is I burned another candle, and this one was for my teenage years. Okay. So this is for my teenage years. Here you go. I'm going to show you this one. So I programmed this candle. This candle was a pink candle. It was a pink flower candle. I think it was called like angel flower or something like that. It smelled so pretty. And I was like, man, this reminds me of my teenage years, So I decided to go and burn it. It was like a nice little light pink candle. It was so pretty. In the other video I'm going to upload to you guys, I will basically show you what it looked like and stuff like that, if that makes sense. So I will show you that. So this was a candle for my teenage relationship with money from from 13 to 18 years of age. So there you go, secret reader. Okay. All right. So with this one, I programmed this this candle and stuff, and I filled this candle with the negative experiences with money that I had. So I can kind of clear that out for myself, my aura, my body, and everything like that. And I will show you what happened with this relationship. So this one, looking inside here, you could see that this was a pink candle. Like I said, it was like a light pink here. You see that? It was like a light pink candle. So it's still some residue. Now, the fact that there's still some residue in here that's left, then you can basically see that there was some stuff in here that was left over. Okay? And I apologize again for the kids. I don't know whose kids those are, but it ain't mine. So there's some residue that did not want to come out of here. And this suggests that teenage years, there is some leftover stuff in here that is still not wanting to be dealt with. That's like in my teenage years and stuff. You see, there's no smoke that's in here, like at the childhood candle. But basically, you do see that there's still some residue in here that are basically lingering issues and stuff like that that's in here from my teenage years. So it burned pretty clean, but yes, there's stuff, it didn't burn all the way out. So that means that inside my body and outside my physical body and my like chakras and stuff, there is leftover things lingering from my teenage years with money that are still left over that are still impacting me, if that makes sense. The childhood, that one did pour out, but like I said, that was a relationship that was really like that was really something that really had a lot of negativity. This one was something where there was stuff that was just lingering in here, you know, lingering stuff that still is impacting me and stuff. Not really negativity as much as there were, because in my childhood I was introduced to it. And then in my teenage years, I still carried some of that stuff. So as a teenager, I I dealt with stuff like still dealing with the fact that my mom was taking care of us. My mom got, you know, my dad, you know, I knew my dad. My dad, you know, he was around and stuff. Didn't live with us, but he was around and stuff. And my mom got child support, for us or whatever and stuff. My dad paid child support and stuff. And we got, you know, my mom had food stamps and stuff. That was the means of support that we had. Like I said, I was not rich or whatever. So, you know, these are the two means of support that my my family used, like my mom used or whatever, to take care of us and stuff. Um, and you know, from 13 to 18, I mean, this is my teenagers, you know, I still did not get a lot of new stuff. When I did get my get stuff, my sister brought it for my older sister. She bought it for me. I only got one sister. She bought me stuff like shoes and stuff like that, or whatever stuff that I needed because she had a job and stuff, and she was an adult by this time. Um, and you know, my mom still, she was working, but you know, still trying to make things go and meet and stuff. Even though she was getting those, you know, child support and food stamps and stuff, because I mean, she still needed money to take care of us. I mean, 3 years, you know. You know, my sister was an adult, you know. So you know, I was still going through stuff like, you know, going through times without electricity, having gas, like heat, and stuff, not having water, food sometimes, moving around still. Now I'll tell you, when I was in middle school, there was an occasion where I was looking so much forward in 8th grade to going to high school with these friends who I had basically been around for like 3 years, you know, going from like starting off from like 5th grade and going all the way up to like 8th grade, because there's 6th grade, 5th grade, there's 6th grade, 7th grade, 8th grade. I got to the elementary school like towards like in the middle of the year, so I was able to graduate from that elementary school and stuff. But in middle school, so that's like, I guess somewhere around 3 years. So middle school, when I got to about 8th grade, I was at the end of the year. And yes, I did finish out the year in middle school. So I got to be in middle school for 6th grade, 7th grade, 8th grade with the same kids that I was in the 5th grade with. And what happened is that my mom decided, unfortunately, to move. So me being excited about going to high school with these kids who, you know, I had, you know, grown to be friends with and different stuff like that or whatever. Well, didn't get to go to high school with them. And So that kind of sucked and stuff. As an adult, I have, added people on Facebook that I went to middle school with and stuff like that. I found them, so I have done that, with people and stuff. So, I have, I do know what happened to those people and stuff. But it sucked that my mom had to move, and my mom moved, I mean, I really asked her, but, we moved around a lot because, opportunity and stuff like that, and, jobs for my mom and stuff. So, to support us and stuff. So she decided to do that. So basically, I moved with my mom. My brother, he was like an adult by this time. And so, basically, with that experience, I didn't like it at the time. I still don't like it now, but I was a minor, so what was I gonna do? My brother, he had just turned 18, so you know, he got to stay here where I am in St. Louis, but my and my sister, she got to stay in St. Louis because she was like an adult, and stuff. So she was like 21 or so, and then my brother's 18, and me, I was still a minor. So I was basically a minor. I was still in my I think I was like 14 or something like that, like or whatever. Yeah, I was like 14. I think it was 15, 14, 15, whatever. And I'll have to look back and see. But yeah, I was a teenager. I believe I was about like 14, 14 years of age, I think, when this all happened. When my mom decided to move and stuff like that. So, I had to deal with it. Eventually I came back to, I moved to Indianapolis. I think, yeah, I moved to Indianapolis first, and then, wait, no, I went to Atlanta first, and then we moved to Indiana because family lived in those two places, and then we moved back to St. Louis later or whatever. So yeah, and this really messed up me going to school and stuff, and trying to graduate. I mean, I graduated with a high school diploma, here in St. Louis, but you know, it was kind of crazy because moving around kind of messed up my school stuff. But I was a smart kid either way, so um, I was able to pull through with my grades and stuff like that. But the thing was with friendships and stuff, I never really got to have long term friendships. Like how people talk about they've grown up with their best friends and stuff since they and their best friends have been together since like kindergarten or something like that. Well, I never really got to do that, unfortunately. So yeah. But I'm not gonna make this a little sad thing. So, teenage years. I mean, this was something where yes, I am still dealing with these these experiences in my adult life and stuff because there are still some things like as an adult I still do um I still do have experiences with money which are not the best, and I've gone through even as an adult, even though I've like my own apartment with my fiance, like we still have gone through things with jobs with money and stuff like that, and having times where our utilities went off and stuff like that, and or whatever, and not really understanding like what was happening and stuff. But my fiance had it more tougher when he was a kid because he went through homelessness. Luckily, I never got to go through homelessness before, but I mean, for anybody who's gone through that, you know, you're brave, and you've come away from that and you progress. You're pretty brave and pretty powerful. So this is my teenage candle. I put my negative experiences into here and I burned this one, and then this was the result here. Okay. Or whatever. You don't see any dark stuff in here or whatever. You don't see any dark smoke or anything. You just see little residue that's left or whatever. But yeah. And I will show you what happened to teenage years. You probably think that that's not very significant, but I will show you what happened to it. Alright. adult years. So after my teenage candle, burned all the way out, took a couple of days by itself to burn out, just like the childhood. And I think it's because of the energy that I put into it that had to be transmuted. I got to the adult candle. So I recently did the adult candle. The adult candle went fast. And I think the adult candle went fast because I'm basically learning. Sorry, video still crazy. So with this, I'll show you. This one goes. So this covers my adult years. My adult relationship with money. From 18 to 27. I put it towards 27 because I will be 27 this year. So I'm not a kid for those of you watching. I'm an adult. I'm grown. And I just look young. So I decided to just use the traditional, you're 18 when people say you're an adult, and basically go to my next birthday age will be, which is 27, because right now I'm 26. So as you can see, this candle, there was something pretty interesting when I was burning this candle. Something pretty interesting happened with this candle. And the thing was, I kind of goofed up because at first I started burning it, and then I realized, oh my gosh, I did not program this candle. I went to program it after I realized, like, for hours of it burning, and then I didn't program it. But it was still a good amount of the candle still there. So, it burned pretty fast, and it put a realization in my head. With this, because I goofed up with this candle here, because I goofed up with this one and didn't program it, I found out the fact that the candles did in fact burn faster when I didn't program them with negativity. So they burn faster when they were just positive, had no negative energy in them. They burn faster. But when I went to program it, then it did have some impact about how long it took to burn. Okay, so I did program this when there's still a good amount of candle in there, about this much still that was left or whatever that was in here. So I did. And in the liquid, I did put the negativeness in it. It wasn't as many negative experiences because there wasn't anything like, there was still stuff that was continuing. Like in my adult years, like I said, jobs, I had issues with jobs, dealt with college, having to manage stuff myself, but that was more experience and stuff. Yeah, I did deal with utilities and stuff going off, but we got it back on and stuff like that, and still dealing with money with that regard and trying to fix stuff or whatever, still dealing with that, okay? But I think my relationship with money is getting better each and every day. But I told you guys, this is like the last candle here, that for like the third stage or whatever. This was the last of like the stages, but that doesn't mean this is the other candle. The other candle, I'll talk about that in a second, what I'm gonna do with that. But I'll show you the inside of adult years. So inside this candle, as you can see, trying to get you to see it. So as you can see, the tip burned off, or some kind of black residue down there, so that broke or whatever here. So that broke. It was pretty, you see, this is pretty clean. It came out pretty clean and stuff. This was like I said, it was like an orange red candle and stuff, so it was pretty clean. And I will tell you something pretty interesting about this. It burned off pretty smooth around the edges and stuff. There is a little bit of residue left at the bottom, but there's not really a lot because there's negativeness, but there's things where I overcame it and I'm still overcoming it, so it wasn't totally negative. Like my experience were when I was a child. My relationship with money and a child was like, I was kind of like the term they call baptized in fire, where you just thrown into something and you just thrown an experience that's negative, and you just have to, and it's just so much. Okay. So yeah, but I'm not a Christian, so I'm not about baptism. Just want to clear that up. Just in case any of you guys watching are Christians. Okay. All right. So um, so I was with my experience with this adult candle. And put over. This experience, there was something interesting happened. So I stopped burning this candle because basically I don't continuously burn these candles. Um, every time I go to sleep or whatever, or leave the house or something, I blow these candles out and stuff or whatever, and then continue burning them when I come back home or whatever. Okay. So something interesting happened. The second time I lit this candle, it was about at about this much. Okay. It was about this much. It's about at this much, I think, or whatever. When I went to burn this candle, what happened is I saw the second time I lit it. What happened was is that there was some black smoke that I lit it. Black smoke went up from the candle, and I saw negativity went up. It gone, instantly transmuted, and I was like, wow, look at that. You know, it was, I couldn't believe it happened. So it's like the candle itself is like something kicked the negativity out so it can immediately be transmuted. So it would no longer bother me anymore, you know. And I was like, wow, you know, whoa, you know. So that was something that happened. Have you guys ever seen candles like you light them and then their black smoke come up? Yeah. So instead of the black smoke staying in here and affecting the candle a lot like that, like this one, like here, the negativity stayed. Like you see with the childhood candle, this negativity stayed here, and you can see it was like crazy. But something kicked the negativity out of this candle here. Something kicked it out. I think spirit kicked it out so that to clear out my relationship to help me. So I think that was pretty cool. All right, guys. So I will show you basically what the happens to the residue of the candle, because they didn't all burn out clean. I poured it out once; it became all liquid, and there was no solid parts in there that I saw. Okay. So, like I said in the next video I upload, I will show parts of them burning next to the Buddha statue that I had them next to, and Buddha, with the Buddha statue, that self-love and stuff. And the crazy thing is, when I was burning chocolate candle, after I finished burning it, the Buddha, like the rose quartz that I had next to the Buddha, it was so warm and stuff. Like it was trying to help to help with that energy be converted and stuff, and I guess help me also at the same time. So I'll show you what happened to the residue and how that residue from the candles illustrate what happened in my life with my relationship with money. Okay. Alrighty. So here we go. So this is the residue from my candles. So the yellow part, if you see down here, let me hold it a little. So the yellow part in this candle, if you see any yellow parts, you will see this is from my childhood candle. Okay, this is the yellow residue. Now I will go ahead and turn it around slowly for you guys to see. Maybe I'll turn it around over here. So I will show you kind of turning it around. It's not going to be perfect, but I'm showing you. I'm turning it around. Sorry, I'm trying to get my point of reference here. So for you to see, if you look at the yellow part of the candle, this is my childhood relationship with money. Okay, this yellow part. Okay, so you will see the yellow parts. There are some broken parts of the yellow up here too that you can see. You see there's a hole right there, right? There is a hole there, and I apologize, I'm turning it weird or whatever. So as you can see, and you know, you can kind of see here. If I hold it up, give me just a second here. Hold on. A second. Okay. I'll see what happens. So I've converted it now. So you guys, okay? All right, so here's my yellow candle. I changed the setting back so it's better. All right, so as you can see here, as I turn this around, this is better for me now. So as I turn this around, guys, if you look at the yellow parts of the candle, you see this big hole right there? You see that big hole? There's another hole right there. There's like another hole there. When I push it back, there, that's better. So there's a big hole there. There is a big gap there. And just to show you, look at that. Like, there's parts in there, inside the candle that, there's just parts in here, and I wish I could show you guys more of it, but there's just holes. There's holes. There's, areas in here where there's like, just holes and stuff. And like, there's literally like, there's literally like, just parts of this candle. There you go. You guys can see it better now. There's parts of this candle that show that in my childhood that my relationship with money was not very good. There's holes in it. It's very, to describe it, it's like parts up here and it's brittle. There's parts of the childhood relationship with money that are broken off. It was so gross when I poured out the yellow liquid into here, which was the first layer. It was gross. It was very brittle. It's broken in places. Like if you see there's some part up here that it went up here, and it was really gross and nasty when I poured this out. This is my childhood relationship with money. Okay. It was not good. And you remember when I told you that the yellow part, the stuff that was in here, you see how there's stuff that's still in there is icky and nasty? Yes. This shows how I was introduced to money. How I was not introduced to it in a good way, but in a very negative way, in a very stressful, anxious way. In a way where there was no love with it. You know, like that's what it shows, you know, that there is hardship, okay, when I was a child. And that was, the yellow bar was a childhood candle. Need I say more, okay? All right. The pink candle here, all right, so the pink candle here, there is, you know, you still see there's residue in here. So there's still lingering issues in here, right? I'll show you what happened to the pink candle, my teenage years candle, okay? I flipped the video, so now it's hard for, see, now it's reading the other way, okay? So, I will show you what happened with the pink candle. So, the pink candle, if I hold it up here, there are parts in here that there is still holes in here. So, there's a hole right there. There is a hole right here in the teenagers. It looks, if I hold it up, it looks, and there's water in here, by the way. I put water to separate the areas. Like, you see how the pink kind of is like jagged and going different places, and there's a part up here, and there's a part right here, and there's a part over here, and it's not laying flat. If my relationship with money was really good and loving and stuff, it would lay flat, okay? It will lay flat, but look at that. Look at my relationship. Look how there's gaps in there, you know? You see that? And, like, you see how, like, there's holes in, like, the childhood, too? And you see how, like, here, you know, you see, like, there's even a part where the childhood candle's touching the orange candle and stuff. And there's a part where it's attempting to meld here. The childhood and the teenagers are attempting to, but it's distorted and stuff. Do you see that? You know, this relationship here, it is still impacted by negativity. Even though there is no smoke, this paints the picture. You see that, how that comes out, and it's all like this, and like not flat and jagged and trying to go this way and that way. Well, in your teenagers, like, you do run into stuff where you're trying to figure stuff out and understand it, but there's something in my teenage relationship where I still did not have the understanding with money. I was still going through stuff with money, still dealing with stuff just like in my childhood relationship. And, you know, I did not have a good relationship with money even then. you know. Actually, money was more stressful because there was times where I was thinking about, stuff like bills and stuff rather than going out and like most teenagers think about going out and hanging out with their friends and having fun. I didn't think about that. I thought about the bills in the house, how much the bills were, when they needed to be paid by, when the taxes on the house need to be paid, stuff like that, guys. Like, this is what I was thinking about as a kid, worrying about the stuff being turned off, thinking about food, Actually, I had to go back and forth on the bus to get food and stuff. Yeah, we used food stamps to get the food, but I mean, guys, like, I had stuff on me as a kid, like, on me as a teenager, that impacted me to the point where I have to think about adult things before I'm even supposed to be thinking about them, before I even turned 18, you know, and that's stressful. I was stressed as a teenager, having to think about that. I had a job when I was a teen, but I didn't realize with that job I didn't even make a lot of money because I had to pay for um, the bus tickets to get back and forth to work, my uniform, I had to pay for that and lunch and stuff. And by the time by the time like I paid for all that stuff, I only had like 10 or 20 bucks left. And that wasn't a lot to do with, stuff or whatever. So, yeah, guys, trust me. Just no. Okay? No. Now, I will show you something that's remarkable, which happened with my adult years here. So, this candle. You see how this is my adult years. It's still a little residue, but not a lot. It burned pretty smooth. This is the one I didn't program, then I programmed or whatever. And something amazing happened with this candle, which I'll show you. Which I'll show you that the adult candle did. So, my adult candle. Look at what my adult candle did. I will try to show you what it did. This is my adult candle. I will turn it around for you and show you what it did. Look at this. You see this? This adult candle is trying to come here and it is trying to fill in over the top of my relationship with money. It's trying to fix those things. My relationship with money. It's attempting to fix that. And this is a candle trying to fix it. And I'll show you what it looks like at the top. See this? This is the top of the candle. You see how this is smooth here? Ooh, water's coming up. Sorry. Water is coming up when I do this because I got water in between. Do you see this? This is smooth. Look at that. You know what's beautiful about that? This candle is showing a representation of how in different parts of my life it's showing what happened, my relationship what money was. It shows my relationship as a child. It showed my relationship as a teenager. And the crazy thing is the adult years, which is what I'm trying to do now, is fix my relationship with money and give myself a healthier understanding about money so that I'm able to attract money. Because yes, your thoughts are powerful, but you have to have a healthy relationship with whatever it is that you're trying to attract. And the fact that my adult years candle is trying to fix those things. It cannot touch the childhood issues at the bottom, but it is attempting to fix the teenage years. And in the teenage years, there are things that were in the childhood, and it's attempting to fix it. And that's pretty damn remarkable. And this is why I believe the negativity, like spirit took that negativity, like in the form of black smoke, and took it up so that I could know that I'm fixing those things right now, So, yeah, I was just surprised that the candle was doing it. For you guys to show it again, this is my childhood, this is my teenage years, and this is the adult years and stuff. And I put water between them so that, basically so that the wax can cool and stuff. And there was nothing in the water to change it or anything like that. It was just purely just representing what my relationships were like, and now how like I'm attempting to fix it as an adult and stuff. So I will now show you guys this other candle that I bought. So this is another candle I bought, and hold on, give me just a second for, actually you don't really need to see it too much. So this is a candle. You don't have to read it because it's really bright here. So this is a beautiful candle. This is a buttercream candle, and this is a candle, and I have stuff in here for a reason, because this is my fourth candle. Now you guys might say, well, why would you have a fourth candle? You dealt with your childhood relationship with money, your teenage years with money, your adult years with money, you know, up to a certain point. Why would you have a fourth candle? That's what you guys might tell me. And guys, basically the reason why I have this candle here is because this is to represent my new relationship with money. This is a celebration to me of basically what I burn this candle. It's a celebration that I will burn after a meditation I'm going to do to clear away any of the negative stuff of money that I didn't clear away. This is going to be my new start with money, where I'm going to be, you know, able to have prosperity, success, and luck, and have confidence in it, and knowing that I can attract money without being impacted by those the past memories, feelings, and things as it is associated with money. So this is my new candle. This is a celebration candle. This is a candle where I celebrate towards money, and attracting, you know, and attracting money, success, and luck, and doing it in a positive, loving way now, rather than it being impacted by all these past, you know, hardships and hurt and memories towards it, and, you know, pain and sorrow and toil, my parents and people I've seen and stuff like that. So this is a celebration candle. This is the candle that I'm gonna light, and this is how, you know, this candle celebrates the fact that I'm going to be successful with prosperity, money, and luck going forward. And my thoughts are going to be clearer, and I'm going to look forward in a positive way, rather than looking back at everything being negative anymore. So I'm going to burn this candle when it is time. I have to do my meditation. I got like 15-minute meditation to clear out negativity, chaos, and stuff. And after that, what I will do is I will throw away. I will basically, after meditation, I'm going to throw all these away. These are going away. Childhood, throwing it out. Teenage years, throwing it out. Adulthood, throwing it out. I'm throwing these out, and I'm going to be throwing this away. And I'm going to throw this away because I'm getting rid of that. I'm getting rid of this old stuff. And I'm bringing in new, positive, loving things. This is what I'm bringing in here. So, by burning this candle when I do burn it and stuff. So, it smells beautiful, and I'm ready to have a positive relationship with money. And there's a lot of people who might say, well, Michelle, why didn't you just go and why didn't you just do affirmations and say an affirmation over and over and over again and do that? Well, here's the thing. That affirmation does not take care of, it doesn't take care of those past things related to money for me, luck for me, success for me. It doesn't take away that. Those affirmations don't do that. They don't do it. You know, they really don't, because they're always still in your body, in your chakras. They're still there in your energy field. They're still there until you clear them away. Okay? And this is why a lot of people, and this is why I believe a lot of people struggle with money and getting money. This is why. Okay? This is exactly why. So, sorry. I just picked my nose. Sorry. It's a habit that I do. Not trying to be gross. but I'm a real person. So yeah. So um, I'm ready for my positive relationship. But yes, like I said, law of attraction and stuff or whatever. I'm doing this experiment to see if there is more that you have to do instead of just trying to manifest or use the law of attraction by thinking about it really, really hard or saying over and over again. Actually doing something to deal with it. And I will say something, guys. When I was at the witches table with like all the 30 people and stuff, I will say this. One of the witches said that a way to manifest money was to work a job and to do really good at the job and stuff like that, and it'll manifest money. Well, no, it doesn't manifest money. It just makes you money. It makes you money. Manifesting money, in my opinion, or attracting money is where you don't toil and work for hours to get the money. You don't do that, because with a paycheck, you're going to get money. You're going to get it. Attracting or manifesting means it comes to you, and the universe moves out the way to make sure you get it. And that could be the fact that, universe bringing you about money could be you winning the lottery. Or it could be something where you enter a contest and you get something valued at a certain amount of money that you want or something. Or it could be something where, hey, if you ain't got a job, out of nowhere, somebody comes up to you and offers you a job at this place that you really wanted to work, and you make $60,000 or $100,000, or hey, maybe even $200,000 or whatever. When you're manifesting something, the universe moves out the way to give you what it is that you want. It's not something where you have to toil and sweat and give all your time to it. It's not that. That's not manifesting. That's not attracting. That's not doing that. Okay, it's not. Okay, I just want to make that perfectly clear. Okay. So yeah, guys, next stop for me is to do my meditation for 15 minutes. Then I'm going to light this candle, and then my relationship with money is going to be new. It's going to be born anew, and it's going to be better. So this video, yeah, I realize it's long, but you know what? This is me sharing my experience. And I do this because I'm a real life person. I'm tackling a real life problem here and stuff. I'm actually doing that, and I'm sharing it because there's a lot of you out here who are going to have probably the same thing. And, I want you to be able to try the method out too if it helps you, and if you want me to, give you like the steps to it, then yeah, definitely comment below the video. Or, hey, also comment to me. Comment to me because you know what? Just getting likes in the video, likes really doesn't do much to me. But comments, it lets me know like what you guys are thinking, any questions you guys have and stuff. Because it gets the conversation going between me and you. And that's what it does, and from there I'm able to do videos on stuff that you guys want me to do videos on and stuff like that through comments and stuff or whatever. That's what I'm able to do. And yeah, if you guys subscribe, sure, but comments are powerful too. That's really important to me because I'm about helping people and help you guys along your lives, whether you choose to open your third eye or not. Okay, I'm here to help. I'm here to provide that love for you guys and stuff. So, thank you guys for spending so much time with me. For those of you who've made it all the way through my video and stuff. I will be seeing you guys in my next video. Thank you guys. Bye-bye.